Okay, I've been really used to this weird camera in front of me. I never liked it, but yeah, at least I'm making a video. Let's watch this video.
Welcome back to Nexus. If you watched any of our previous videos about water slides, you know they can be pretty dangerous. Even in the news, you're always hearing things about accidents on them and people getting injured, sometimes people dying in pretty gruesome ways. If you heard about the kid who got decapitated on the Baruch water slide and you think that's bad, wait until you see some of the ones on this list that haven't had a single safety inspection. Watch this video to see 10 insane homemade water slides. If you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe to get new content similar to this every day. Also, make sure to comment down below letting us know which was your favorite. And for this video, let's see if we can hit the golden like button, which is 1,000 likes, so make sure to drop a like down below. Number 10. The dad in this clip takes dedicated parenting to a whole new level. I don't know about you guys watching, but when I was a kid, I was pretty reckless and would have loved something like this. The parents spent 2 whole years building a backyard water slide for their children, and it's pretty incredible. Plus, he deserves all the world's best dad mugs in the store. Seriously, these kids are some of the luckiest kids in the world. It's not even just some tacky slide either. It's sturdy and well built. And there's 2 of them, so both of them can play at the same time. Let's just hope one of them doesn't land on the other when they're in the pool. Not sure exactly where this video was shot, but it's built using a bunch of sheets of plastic attached to a mountain of hay bales. It picks up a little bit of speed and just throws people out into a lake, while the hose is spraying water all over the place. The slide itself looks pretty safe, and the guys look like they're having fun. Kind of wish they had someone to push them off the top to make it a quicker ride and more fun, but all in all, it looks pretty awesome.
What the fuck?
Number 8. Brendan Urie of Panic at the Disco bought the house he has right now specifically because it had a pool you could jump off the roof into. And I guess the people in this next video did a similar thing. But they're not really jumping. They've set up a big slide made out of God knows what that goes all the way down into a paddling pool below. According to the statistic that comes on during the video, the slide is 60 feet long. Though I'm not really sure how accurate that is. In the first instance of using it, the slide didn't collapse and the kid going down it didn't die. So I guess it's a success. Though I guarantee that eventually the slide would have broken underneath them and sent at least one unruly teenager plummeting to a few broken bones below. I was just wishing to miss the pool. Number 7. Now, I wouldn't exactly call this one homemade, but I guess that depends on your definition of homemade. It's not in a water park, so I guess it counts. And it is only a bunch of big inflatable slides going down a hill. Along with that, the slide was created to raise awareness about the links between mental health and fitness, to get people out and exercising to help them feel better. It was a big public event too, even having porta potties there for the people going down, who sure look like they're having a good time. The guy riding the slide with the horse mask on is a favorite of mine. This water slide is probably less dangerous than some of the other ones on this list, but it's still pretty awesome. Because it looks just like one long sheet of tarp running through a bunch of trees. It's hard to tell from the video how steep the hill they're going down is, but judging by the screaming, I'd say pretty steep. My favorite part would have to be flying through the trees at that speed, but there is a couple of downsides to this video. One, if you fly off and hit a tree, that would suck pretty bad. And two, that very, very long walk back up the hill just to have more fun, but I guess it is worth it. This is another one built on a hill in between a bunch of trees. Except it's a lot more sturdy and slide looking than the earlier one that was literally just a long tarp. This one looks like it's made out of wood and is going down a very steep incline. Steep enough that it could be a slide built in an actual water park. Apart from the fact that this one, again, ends up landing you in a lake. However, I think the best thing about this video isn't the slide or the guy going down it, but rather the people standing at the bottom holding the camera, who are both laughing like it's the funniest thing they've ever seen. Almost like they thought the guy was an idiot who was going to end up hurting himself. The most impressive thing about this slide, though, is the airtime the guy gets when he shoots off the end. Number 4. This one is pretty cool. They put a slip and slide on the roof of their house, and from then on you have a choice of either going on a boogie board off the roof into a trampoline covered in plastic balls, or for the more classic option of straight into a pretty huge swimming pool. Interestingly, they already have a slide next to the pool that goes down into it, but I guess that's not good enough for these guys' extreme taste, who have clearly been watching too much Jackass. Still, the jump isn't that high, I guess, so overall they're probably safer than the people in some of these other videos. And it does look fun as hell to slide off a roof into a trampoline.
What the hell?
In America, one of the biggest parties of the year comes on 4th of July, where the United States celebrates winning the War of Independence. While today the slide is pretty damn awesome, I don't think it's what George Washington had in mind when he became the first president. Then again, who knows what the founding fathers did for fun? Maybe they loved water slides just as much as people in the modern age do. This slide is another one that launches someone off a roof, but it looks pretty sturdy and goes straight into a massive pool. It's not just the pool and the cool water slide that catches your eye, though. There's also a giant jungle gym in the background with another slide that could probably be modified to send people into the pool. It's like having a water park in your backyard. Number 2. Now, if you're a water slide fanatic, you'll have heard of Action Park and its infamous cannonball loop, the G-force of which could break your neck and allegedly dismember test dummies. But I guess the guys who built this water slide had never heard of Action Park, because they decided to build their own looped water slide out of wood in their backyard. While it would be great for me to say they defied physics and all had an awesome time, that's not what happens. What does happen is that the guy going around it falls when he gets to the top of the loop, screams, and crashes down onto the wood. Then whoever has the camera shows you the blood of the guy who fell. Amazingly, someone else decides to try it out next, but the guy's just holding up the mattress to stop him from falling. But the third time's the charm, because on the third run, the weird slingshot thing they're using sends him all the way around. Number 1. Okay, so this one is ridiculous. They're all pretty ridiculous, but this one has to be high on this list because of how much could go wrong. I guess the slide itself looks pretty sturdy, but it's the fact that the guy gets launched into a tiny little paddling pool on the edge of a hill. What if they did their math wrong and it totally missed and the guy broke his neck? When he gets out of the pool at the end and all of his friends run to congratulate him, even he seems surprised that he didn't die. Just watching it, it's hard to believe the video is even real, so I did a little bit of research, and I found out that it is fake, which makes sense because this is beyond ridiculous. There's no way that he got that much speed on that little of a ramp, landing in that little of a pool. But I'm keeping it on the list because it's pretty awesome. Our list of 10 insane homemade water slides. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to subscribe to Nexus for more list videos similar to this one, and leave a like on the video to help us get the golden like button of 1,000 likes. Also, if you want to join the notifications, what's up everyone, and welcome back to Top 5 Central. Today we're looking at the top 10 deadliest amusement parks you won't believe exist. Now, last week we did the most insane water slides you won't believe exist, and man, you guys loved it so much as it became our second most viewed video ever, so I thought we'd bring you this episode. Now keep in mind, this series is picked out by you, the viewer, and Adam Smith suggested that we do water parks. If you want your own shout out in our next episode, make sure you like on the video, comment a suggestion, and be subscribed, and you may get a shout out just like Adam. Anyways, with that said, let's get right into the video. Number 10, water slide at Waterworld, USA. In 1997, a terrible tragedy hit the Waterworld in Concord, California. So water slides have always been a top cause of theme park injuries due to their lack of safety precautions. They usually have shorter walls, and there's always a pretty good risk of taking a hit to the head on a speedy turn. That's not what happened at Waterworld, though. On the tragic day, 33 high schoolers crowded the slide and caused it to collapse under their weight. One person died from a crushed chest, and the other 32 were taken to the hospitals around the local area. 17 of them were left in a wheelchair for the rest of their lives. Number 9, Battersea Fun Fair. Battersea Fun Fair was a London-based theme park and hosted the worst roller coaster tragedy in British history. The event happened in 1972 when an old wooden roller coaster had a mechanical failure. The roller coaster was the main attraction of the park and was used near constantly. But one of the pitfalls of wooden coasters is that they wear down quickly. In this case, the fall came from 2 places at once. One of the carriages was being pulled up to the first drop of the coaster when it suddenly snapped. In such an event, the coaster is meant to have like an anti-rollback mechanism, but that failed too. This double fail led to the chain of cars barreling into a boarding area. Horrifyingly, it actually killed 5 children and seriously injured 13 others. The fun fair closed 2 years later under claims of negligence. Number 8, Overseas Chinese Town.
What?
Before 2010, the eco-adventure Trends in China was a pretty cool ride. The ride was designed to simulate a rocket launch by June multiple people. The ride was essentially
goldfish
inside a centrifuge that spun around at high speeds while screens showed movies about space. Halfway through the process, one of the cars of the ride came loose and lost power. The dome that the cars rolled around in came free and ricocheted around the chamber that the ride was held in, starting an electrical fire. The events of that day took the lives of 6 people.
What the fudge?